Abandoned movie sets that sit frozen in time. Have you ever wondered what happened to the sets from your favorite movies when filming wraps? Some sets are CGI on a green screen and the screen's taken down. Many movie sets are taken down immediately after filming wraps, but this isn't always the case. On rare occasions, iconic films will leave the sets up for tourists to visit. Here are some abandoned movie sets that sit frozen in time, and you may find some very interesting, and you may even want to visit the set. Star Wars Tatooine in Toijer, Tunisia. You've never been to outer space before, and the average person can't go to outer space now. But if you're a Star Wars fan, you can get very close. The set for the famous planet of Tatooine still exists today. The set's located near Fefta in North Africa, and it's been very well kept. If you've always wanted to see Luke's home and other places on the planet, you won't need to go to outer space, just the other side of the world. The Old Spanish Mission from the Patriot. Gibson's Creek is located in Cypress Gardens, South Carolina, and it's believed to be a doorway to another world. Many movies were filmed in the 170-acre preserve, such as The Notebook and the 2000 film The Patriot, starring Mel Gibson. When The Patriot wrapped, parts of the fake church and bridges were left behind. The gardens are closed due to a flood. If the set's still standing is unknown. The gas station from The Hills Have Eyes. Although The Hills Have Eyes was set in the United States, the creepy gas station was built in another part of the world. The producers decided to build the creepy gas station in Ouarzazate, Morocco. The movie came out in March 2006, and the set is in excellent condition and looks the same as it did in the film. Everything in the gas station's intact, and you can still find sports memorabilia and canned goods in the gas station, and the abandoned car is still parked there. The Hills Have Eyes is one of the creepiest movies ever made, and if you aren't scared, you can always take a trip to see the gas station. Port Royal from the Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean was released in 2003, and although Johnny Depp is long gone, the Port Royal set still remains and is located in Anchorage, St. Vincent. The props in the building are still standing and in pretty good condition, but other parts of the set, such as the dock, have gone into severe disrepair. If you want to visit the set, you better do it soon before it falls into disrepair and is torn down. Big Fish Town from Spectre. Big Fish Town in the movie Spectre was filmed on a private island in Montgomery, Alabama. The set was partially torn down, and the rundown streets and a few buildings remain. The rest of the set is located on private property, but the owners don't mind when tourists come to see the set. You'll need to go over a bridge and pay a toll of a few dollars, but it's worth visiting the set and taking in some Hollywood history. The Sanitarium from Death Tunnel. Death Tunnel is a horror movie released in 2005, and it takes place in an abandoned sanitarium. The producers found the perfect place to film a real abandoned sanitarium, Waverly Hills Sanitarium in Kentucky, which made the film very authentic. There are likely rules prohibiting tourists from going inside, but you can get some great pictures of the exterior. The Hobbit Holes from Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit holes in Lord of the Rings looked adorable and picturesque in the film, and if you want to see it with your own eyes, you're in luck. The Hobbit holes are located in Matamata, New Zealand, and the locals have worked hard to maintain the whimsical buildings and their backdrops, and they organize tours of fans for the book and movies to enjoy. The Village from Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters is a spin on the Hansel and Gretel fairy tale, but there's a lot more violence, witches, and drama in Witch Hunters. The village set is located in Augsburg, Germany, just a few miles outside Berlin. The set's located in the woods, and although the film was released in 2013, the set still remains. The building and houses remain, as well as the fake well in Town Square. If you're a fan of the movie and find yourself in Germany, it's worth checking out. Bates Motel. If you are a fan of A&E's Bates Motel, you can visit the Spooky Hotel on the Hill. It's located in Aldergrove, British Columbia, and you can get a good look from the side of the road. The show ended in 2017, and we aren't sure if producers plan to tear it down at some point, so you should plan the trip soon just in case. The set from Zero Dark 30. Zero Dark 30 was released in 2012 and is a semi-fictional account of the events leading up to the death of terrorist Osama bin Laden. It was later used in many films and TV shows, including Iron Man and American Sniper. The set's located on Blue Cloud Ranch in Santa Clarita, California, and it's really worth checking out. The baseball field from Field of Dreams. Field of Dreams was one of the biggest movies of 1989, starring Kevin Costner. The film was set on a farm in Dubois County, Iowa, and producers built a baseball field in the middle of the farm. When filming wrapped, the baseball field remained intact, and tourists can visit the set and run around the bases. If you go at the right time, you might be able to watch the local Ghost players play a few innings while soaking up the nostalgia. Remnants of the MASH set. MASH was one of the most popular shows of its time and is still in syndication today. If you're planning a hiking trip to Malibu Creek State Park in California, keep your eyes peeled for props from the set. Pieces of the set and military vehicles still remain in the area, and the picture-perfect ocean views will make the trip well worth it. Hawthorne Plaza Mall from Gone Girl. The 2014 thriller Gone Girl, starring Ben Affleck, used a building already standing as part of the set. Hawthorne Plaza Mall was once a bustling shopping center in Hawthorne, California, and the doors closed permanently in the late 1990s. Since then, the Dead Mall has been used in many movies, and Gone Girl is one of them. Fans aren't allowed in the crumbling building due to safety issues, but you can walk the perimeter and take photos. The Hunger Games set. The Hunger Games was filmed in a textile mill village in Henry River Mill, North Carolina. Although filming wrapped years ago, you can still visit the set. The town provides guided tours of the 72-acre site, originally built in 1905. You can see the abandoned brick company store and the old mill house. If you're a fan of the film, you can spend the night in a 2-bedroom cabin located on the set. The set from an unfinished Glenn Ford Western. The mystery path in this photo really exists in Tucson, Arizona. Although it doesn't look abandoned now, it once did, and the shopping mall was made of what was left from an unfinished Glenn Ford Western movie. The original charm remains, and there are plenty of things for adults and children to do when visiting what's left of the set. District 12 from The Hunger Games. If you're planning to visit Henry River Mill Village in North Carolina, there is more of The Hunger Games than the previously mentioned. The set was a ghost town before the post-apocalyptic movie was filmed, and it was the perfect setting for the film. Few tourists are visiting today, but you can still roam the streets and check out the buildings. Jurassic World. Jurassic World is the 2015 edition of the franchise, and the CGI was used to create most of the theme park, and part of the park was built. The production company chose Six Flags New Orleans from the location because it's been closed since being devastated by Hurricane Katrina. The park was sitting there in disrepair all these years, so Jurassic World's production company changed some parts of the set to make it look like it fit in with the CGI theme park. The set from the Cisco Kid. The set from the Cisco Kid was built in the 40s by Hollywood movie makers. The set was designed to look like a typical late 1800s Old West town, and it's called Pioneer Town and is located in Pioneer Town, California. The set's main feature is a 4-block-long main street. Most movie sets feature just the exterior of buildings and just the facades, but this one was built like a real living town that you can visit. The Alamo. If you're a fan of westerns, you must remember The Alamo, starring John Wayne. The mansion was built in North Brackettville, Texas in 1960 and was used on over 100 western commercials and music videos. The set remains intact today and it's a popular tourist spot. Hawthorne Mall. The abandoned Hawthorne Mall in California was used for more than just Gone Girl and was also the key location in the hit TV series Westworld. You may also recognize it from the music video of Taylor Swift's Ready for It. As mentioned earlier, you can't go inside, but the exterior makes an excellent backdrop for selfies. The Death Tunnel at Waverly Hills Sanatorium. The Cave of Isolation is part of the abandoned mental hospital used in the 2004 horror film The Death Tunnel. This is more than a backdrop for a movie, and it's considered one of the most haunted hospitals in the United States. The abandoned mental hospital has been featured on Ghost Hunters and other paranormal shows, and due to the disrepair, it's as creepy as ever. The Abandoned Hospital from Session 9. The 2001 horror film Session 9 is another movie filmed in an abandoned hospital in Danvers State Hospital in Danvers, Massachusetts. Many buildings have been demolished over the last 15 years and turned into condos, but part of the set remains. 12 Monkeys set at East State Penitentiary in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Eastern State Penitentiary housed Al Capone in its heyday, but the doors were closed for good when it fell into disrepair. When the creators were looking for a set for the post-apocalyptic movie 12 Monkeys, starring Brad Pitt and Bruce Willis, they thought the former state prison would be an excellent location. If you love the movie, you can tour the building, and the tour is audio narrated by Steve Buscemi. The Underworld Village from the unfinished L'Enfant et la Sirène. A couple of filmmakers in France wanted to test filming capabilities underwater, and they shot scenes from their movie Underwater. The pair built an entire village 100 feet below sea level, just off the Cap d'Antibes in France. The movie was never finished, but the set still remains. You'll need scuba gear and lessons if you want to see it for yourself. The Hospital from Girl Interrupted. Girl Interrupted, starring Angelina Jolie and Winona Ryder, was shot at Harrisburg State Hospital in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Many of the buildings used in the film were turned into offices after the hospital shut down for good in 2006. Some of the signs from the movie still remain, such as the administration sign. The Diner from Looper. The 2012 time-traveling movie Looper was a hit at the box office and a cult classic for science fiction fans. One fan was so dedicated to the film that they tracked down the diner set, which is still standing today. It's located in a deserted part of land near Napoleonville, Louisiana. And although it's a little worse for wear, the entire set remains. When the fan found the diner that was the setting for one of the movie's most pivotal scenes, they posted the picture on Reddit. The diner's worth checking out if you live in Louisiana or plan to visit.